Hi everybody, greetings from Lenawee County in the great state of Michigan. I am the Lenawee Trucker, and this is my little recording vlogs that I had planned on doing, that I have been inspired to do by the YouTube folks out there. A whole mess of people, really. I saw a whole mess of videos from everybody thrashing little 50cc scooters to long haul touring and very serious riders, and that's what I'm into. I really love the long haul. There is nothing better than being out there on the road on a long tour. Alright, I was going to do all kinds of interesting little things, but somebody had told me that if you're going to do this and you're going to do this right, you should probably maybe to do some sort of introduction type of thing. Well, I am a Lenawee Trucker, and you can take that as being where I live and the fact that I like going out and scooter touring and Star Trek, like it says on the side over there. I've always been into Star Trek. I've always loved Star Trek since I can remember. Star Trek has been on TV, so I mean, I grew up watching the original series in reruns on Channel 50 in Detroit. So it's just kind of always been there for me, and that's kind of how I grew up. Likewise with the bike. As soon as I turned about 4 years old, my dad bought me a little Schwinn Typhoon. My mom told him, no, don't give it to him. He'll try to get away. He'll try to ride someplace. He'll try to go someplace where he has no business going. And I can't believe that she would have actually said that. I mean, it took me at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours before I decided to go see what was around the block. So, I mean, you know, I'm a slow learner. I admit it. But ever since I've been on 2 wheels, I've been out there exploring my world, and I am still exploring it. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I've got another little exploration to do down at the Lenawee County Judicial Building. I have been tapped. Everybody sit down, calm down, put your drinks down. I don't want to hear any screaming or anything. I have been tapped for the dreaded jury duty. Yes, the Lenawee Trucker is going to be a juror. This should be interesting. I was tapped for this once before when I was still living in Detroit, and I had to go down to the Frank Murphy Hall of Justice. And what was really wild was I found out that, hey, you know, the judges really treat people on their jury panels like they are visiting dignitaries. Now, I don't know how they do it down in Lenawee County, but I am going to find out tomorrow. So, assuming that all goes well, that should be probably maybe a couple days, and then I get back to work. Yeah, it's really breaking my heart. But that's going on tomorrow. And one of the things when I was down at the store today and picking up some groceries, I normally stop at the newsstand. I always stop at the newsstand. I'm not supposed to be stopping at the newsstand because I just waste money there. Well, I told myself I was never going to do this again, but I did. I picked up the latest issue of Motorcyclist magazine, basically because there is an issue, there is a story down in here of Taiwan's Grand Riders. I don't know if any of you guys know about that TC Bank commercial called Dream Rangers. They did this a couple years ago. Apparently some older gentleman in Taiwan had, you know, older distinguished gentlemen in Taiwan had grown older, and they were to the point where they were basically starting to die off. And finally they're sitting around a table, and one of the guys say, let's ride motorcycles. And they do, and they go back and they show them on their little adventures, and it's just a really great video. It's on YouTube. I think they've got like 4 million hits. I think that would make an excellent movie in the future. Maybe if they got like a couple million more hits, maybe they would do something like that. But that's why I bought this issue of Motorcyclist magazine. I keep telling myself I'm not going to buy any more magazines. I've got a subscription to Roadrunner magazine, and that's all I really need. I keep telling myself that. Yet I keep buying Rider, and I keep buying Motorcyclist magazine, and someday they're going to find out what's wrong with me. Of course, I'll probably be already planted in the ground for a couple years at that point in time, so it won't do me any good anyway. And even if I am still alive when they find out what's wrong with me, I won't take the pill. Ha. So, that's just what's going on right now. I wanted to start this off on the right track, or should I say trek, and we'll see how this ends up. I was originally going to do an opening thing for the videos. I see everybody else has these like little opening things, and they look really cool. And I started doing one, and then I started putting more pictures in it and more, basically like a little slideshow with some music to it, and it got out of hand, and now well, I gotta start over. It turned itself into like half an hour long, and I don't think I want to do that. I think I only want to keep it down to like a few minutes and then see how it works. I've got a lot of a big learning curve up ahead of me because I really don't know what I'm doing with all this equipment, but this should be interesting. It should be fun. Hopefully there'll be some interesting places I can go and tape when I, or should I say video. I'm sorry, I'm showing you how old I am, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, break out the 8mm camera, and we'll just start taking silent movies of our family standing at Niagara Falls. Yeah, that should be fun. Not that I have anything against Niagara Falls, but I think that there are other places that might be a little bit more interesting to go to. Hopefully, and hopefully I'll find them and I'll videotape them. Yeah, videotape them. That'll work. But that's just me. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys have a lot of fun if you're still out there riding, say down south, or maybe on the west coast. And I don't mean Benton Harbor, I mean west coast, as in like California, Oregon, Washington, you know, those places, or Baja California. But whatever you do, wherever you go, wherever you're riding, ride safe, and ride bold too. Don't just go someplace and see what's there. I mean, learn about it. And I mean, let's face it, if you go someplace and you don't learn about the area that you're going, you never know if you're ever going to get there again. And if you go on a trip and you aren't changed in some way, let's face it, you missed the point of going on the trip. So for those of you who have done that, go back on that trip again. Go have some fun. Go explore. The whole world is just out there waiting for us. And it's out there waiting for me too. So hopefully this warm weather will hold, and then I can get out on some serious riding again. Until next time, I am the Lenawee Trekker, and I'm out of here.